Researchers in the UK and elsewhere are detailing the revelation of new, possibly significant transformations found in nearby strains of the COVID. These strains may represent a genuine added threat to individuals, with early examination recommending that they're more contagious than the exemplary variant. What's more, however there's much about them left to comprehend, there's additionally some concern that they could be less defenseless against the antibodies that have been known until this point. Information on the transformations arose toward the beginning of December. Researchers in the UK, leading routine hereditary reconnaissance of viral strains taken from patients in the nation, had recognized a variation of the COVID, SARS-CoV-2, that was beginning to appear much more in southeastern England. A week ago, a few different nations revealed discovering strains with a portion of similar changes as the UK variation, including the Netherlands and South Africa. This week, a few nations have reported another round of stricter travel limitations to and from the UK, in order to curb its spread. Infections transform constantly. More often than not, these transformations don't change how an infection causing infection spreads or collaborates with individuals. Yet, once in a while they do. Almost immediately in the pandemic, a change called D614G got boundless and in the end general in COVID strains. It's presently imagined that the change assisted the infection with getting contagious than it was during the principal flare-ups in China, when this transformation had gotten predominant. However, the pandemic was at that point well in progress all over the place, so it didn't generally change our problem. It likewise hasn't been connected to more serious ailment. There are researchers who stay suspicious that the transformations found in the UK variation, known as B1.1.7, are genuinely pertinent. It's conceivable that these transformations are basically a happenstance, fortunate hereditary changes hitching onto strains of the infection that would spread broadly notwithstanding. Be that as it may, different specialists are less consoled. A week ago scientists closed, with moderate certainty, that B1.1.7 has a generous expansion in contagiousness contrasted with different variations. Since at that point, they've gotten significantly more certain about their conclusion. One approach to test for an immunization's adequacy against new strains is to gather antibodies from the blood of individuals previously inoculated. Their reaction to the new variations could then be contrasted with their reaction to strains gathered from before in the pandemic. In the event that they do discernibly more regrettable against the more current variation, at that point that is an indication of trouble. Even if this variation is restoratively significant, that doesn't mean it's relentless. Infections and different microbes advance after some time to adjust to our resistant framework or the weapons we create against them, however we can adjust directly back. Antibodies can be changed on the fly to more readily coordinate the germ they're focusing on, regardless of whether it's observably transformed, something that is done each year for influenza. What's more, whatever occurs with B1.1.7, researchers should look out for strains that can get away from an antibody's grip for the predictable future. It's significant that a few specialists are less stressed over these transformations and their capability to definitively influence our endeavors to end the pandemic. At any rate for the occasion, please wear a mask and wash your hands frequently to stay as safe as possible. Remember social distancing. Be safe.